as the nation collectively holds its breath. Tonight, encouraging news about Damar Hamlin. The Buffalo Bills are reporting that the 24-year-old's safety is showing signs of improvement.
It seems like everything's going the right direction, and just hoping up for the best for him. Just want to get better.
Hamlin remains hospitalized in intensive care after suffering cardiac arrest. But friends and family say the pro football star is a fighter.
He's still here, he's still fighting, and he gets a chance to see this tremendous outpouring of love and support that he got for him.
In a sport where injury is almost routine, this was clearly different.
It sent chills through my body when I was watching it, and all I did was just sit there and pray for him, because that's all you can do.
This is a defining moment in sports. We're going to look back at this and say, like, man, this shifted how we approach athletes. It's shifted how we talk about the athlete.
The sports world and the country felt like it came to a standstill during Monday Night Football as Hamlin's team, the Buffalo Bills, took on the Cincinnati Bengals. Hamlin collapsing just seconds after a tackle, his life suddenly in jeopardy.
It's D-Ham, Damar Hamlin, 3, whatever you call me. It's draft day right now. We about to do a full day in the life, man.
The nation now learning more about Hamlin, who documented his draft into the NFL on social media and YouTube.
What's up, Coach? How you doing? Yeah, I'm ready to work.
You're welcome. A proud Pittsburgh native, this is just his second season in the league.
Nobody has a bad thing to say about him. All those guys, they all love him. Absolutely love him. End of story.
It happened with just 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins caught a pass and took off. Hamlin, the Bills' safety, ran over, tackling him. The two fell to the ground before Hamlin briefly stood up. For a few seconds, nothing appeared to be wrong. But then, the 24-year-old wobbles and collapsed on his back.
I have watched and been involved with football since I was 7 years old. Never seen anything that remotely comes close to resembling that. All of the worst case scenarios start running through your head, and ball at the same time you're hoping for the best. It's just, I really do think that that's really the only word that can describe it is surreal.
You can see that the ambulance is out there on the field.
Within seconds, at 8:55, Buffalo training staff and medical teams were at Hamlin's side. He'd suffered a cardiac arrest. Players from the Bills and the Bengals encircling the scene. Their shock and devastation clear as the medical teams administered CPR for 9 minutes.
Cardiac arrest is 100% fatal unless something is done. So CPR is the required treatment of cardiac arrest. And if CPR is not provided, it doesn't get better on its own.
Dr. Benjamin Abella is an emergency medicine physician at the Hospital of the University of Pennsylvania. He specializes in cardiac arrest.
I think really at the end of the day, he's alive today because of the early and aggressive application of CPR.
The medical staff on the field also used an AED device to shock Hamlin's heart.
In the past, defibrillators were really things that only medical people could use. But now we have these defibrillators called automated external defibrillators, or AEDs, and they're everywhere. They're in airports, train stations. They're sort of like fire extinguishers in that you don't need them until you need them.
By 9:10, 15 minutes after Hamlin collapsed, he was loaded onto an ambulance and taken straight to the hospital.
And I rushed into the studio to see what was going on.
Brandon Marshall played 13 seasons as a wide receiver in the NFL. He's seen a lot of hurt players, but not like this.
My 13 years in the NFL, 20-something years collectively from Little League to high school football to college football, never experienced anything like that, never seen anything like that.
At 10 p.m., a little more than an hour after Hamlin's collapse, the NFL took the unprecedented step of postponing the game due to an injury.
Tell me what your reaction was when you saw Damar in that situation.
When you see players crying, and I'm getting goosebumps thinking about this moment again, when you see players crying, holding their face, embracing each other, you think about life. The truth is, some of these guys, and even some of the support staff out there, some of the fans in the stadium, some of us watching, there's so many people that will be traumatized forever.
At the hospital, Hamlin was put on a ventilator and sedated. He was taken to intensive care and listed in critical condition.
We appreciate all the prayers and support we've been getting from people all over not just the country, but the world. It really means a difference for my family to see that, and I know it'll mean a difference to Mario when he sees that as well.
Dr. Abella says it's likely too early to know the exact cause of Hamlin's cardiac arrest, but as a specialist, he has an idea.
One likely possibility is that he suffered an entity called commotio cordis, which is when you get a direct blow to the center of the chest. In a very, very small and rare set of instances, it can actually cause someone's heart to go into an arrhythmia where it suddenly stops.
To see your teammate falling like that is incredibly difficult.
Chris Pronger, a retired NHL Hall of Famer, knows exactly what it's like to collapse from a cardiac arrest mid-game.
I blocked a shot and it hit me directly in the heart, and what created what is known as commotio cordis. It hit me in the heart right in between heartbeats. You know, in the video, you can see me kind of stand up, stumble a little bit, and then fall. And next thing I know, I woke up 20 or 30 seconds later, staring up at the rafters.
He recovered and played another 15 years before retiring. Pronger took to Twitter to send his support to Damar Hamlin.
Do you see this as a turning point, a defining moment in the way athletes are seen, less as commodity and perhaps more as humans?
When players are putting their bodies on the line, their lives on the line in some cases, as we've just seen, we need to take care of them and make sure that their long-term health, their life outside of the sport, post-career, is managed in a proper way.
Thank you.
Like Pronger, millions of Americans flocking to social media to show their support for the 24-year-old who regularly posted about his life, goals, and family.
Buffalo, man.
His parents were just 16 years old when he was born. In high school, his family expanded, adding little brother Damar.
You know, his brother was always around the facility. You know, so they're just like Pitt family. You know, to all of us.
Kenny Pickett, the Steelers' starting quarterback, played with Hamlin at Pittsburgh, and the two became friends.
But Damar, you know, he's an unbelievable person, does so much for the community. A guy from Pittsburgh, stayed home, could have went anywhere he wanted to. Just an all-around, you know, great person, great family.
Yes, sir.
After college, Hamlin looked to the NFL draft, cameras rolling when he got the call from the Buffalo Bills. Hamlin always had dreams beyond football. He started his own foundation called Chasing M's, short for Chasing Millions, which he explained on the Bills' YouTube channel.
Chasing M's was kind of like something I started back in high school. It was really just like a slogan or motto just for me on like me pursuing my dreams to get to the NFL, you know. I'm chasing M's. I got to college, you know, kind of got more like business savvy, and I kind of first turned it into like a clothing brand just to spread the word on it. And then leaving school, I started a foundation, and the first thing I did once I declared for the NFL was have a toy drive back at home for the kids.
So today, we got the toy drive going on, just to have an event where kids can come out, get a toy, just have good vibes.
Hamlin vlogged behind the scenes on that very first toy drive. His foundation, now the place where people are showing their support. This year's toy drive now over, but fans have donated $7 million on the foundation's GoFundMe page.
Just hoping that this is a situation where he's able to move on from it and recover from it and have a long, healthy, happy life, not even talking about football.
At the end of the day, like, there's sometimes where we need to say the entertainment has to stop. We got to put the person first. We got to put the human first. And I think that's where we're at here. Just keep praying. The next 24 hours are critical. D-Ham, we love you.
We should note NFL executives are still discussing how to proceed with the Bills-Bengals game and have not made an official decision yet about rescheduling. The league says the focus remains on Hamlin's health.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.